problem and they are like so exposed. How do you see that we can bring the peace for these people?
One I'd like to say is the problem or the issue is that one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter. So whether it's Kashmir, Syria, Iraq, North Korea, Sri Lanka, anywhere, you will always have these two mindsets. And the media has a big role to play, not in controlling the war, the guns will go on, but in clearing the misconceptions, and which is why I agree with Shruti there, that it has to start young, because as you grow, the thought, example, Sri Lanka is one of the strongest example in this. The youngsters were fighting it because they misunderstood what the war was. They were being raped. The Tamil group were being raped. So were the Sri Lankans. So it was like a scorer, who gets more. Which is why in the beginning I said it has to start young and it has to grow into the mindset. Otherwise we'll continue to fight for basically nothing. Kashmir has been an issue for 65 years now. Yeah, we are on the 65th year of the Kashmir issue. I picked Kashmir because one, we have a porous border on the Pakistani side, on the Chinese side, and China is interested in Tibet. China has already occupied spaces in the northeast. So we really are living in a borderless. We are slowly living in a borderless world, and the war is coming home. When I go out today in Delhi, you suddenly get a message saying that today is a red alert day. I mean, nothing happens. No bomb goes off, no building falls. But just that message is enough to send a little butterfly in your stomach. So if the media has to play a role, a positive role in making sure that the generation that comes reads the right way of, they have to represent the correct view, and the parents have to encourage their children to read, because the biggest problem today is that children don't read. They don't read. And by read, I don't just mean books, but newspapers, books, Kindles, social media, Twitter. Sorry. Yes, history, geography. They don't understand history, geography, all of it. So, and that's the parental job. to make sure that you get your child moves in that direction, that he understands, she understands where the hell is Oklahoma or where the hell is Kashmir, and what did, what really started the problem? Why is there a problem in Kashmir? Why is Kashmir different from other states? We don't, none, I can assure you, none of the children in India will be able to answer that today. They will all say Article 356, but they have no idea what it is. Kashmir is the only state which has its own constitution. So we began wrong. And we are paying the price for it as we speak. So there are corrections to be made. I don't know whether these corrections will be made. But yeah, our next generation, as we move, the education system has to also move beyond books and get more engaging. They have to engage, with other people in a way. When we were growing up, we did not know who is a Hindu or a Muslim by just the name. We just knew them by their names. My name is Nina. It's Slavic and Israeli. And my surname, I haven't taken my surname, I take my dad's name as my maiden name is, I take my dad's name, which is Haridas, which is as Hindu as it can get if you really read into it. But nobody knew, or we grew up not knowing whether somebody is and I studied across the world, so we never identified each other by their religion or caste or their surnames. The surnames didn't exist. But today, the minute you talk to somebody, the first thing that comes is the surname, and in some cases the name. So once we interact that, we blur, we not just blur, we become borderless in terms of identities. And the media can help in that. That's the generational change we need now. No, I am not a Hindu or a Russian or an Israeli just because my name is. I should not be identified or confused as to who I am because my name is so bizarre. And I'm happy that I was named in this bizarre way. So I think that's where the media plays a role in presenting positive stories, real stories. If there is a problem, write about it. Kashmir, there are innumerable problems. But at the same time, there are very good stories. We do not bring these good stories out.
And I think that's a big thing is most of the media, at least in America, is focused on all the bad things that are going on, about all the bombings, all about the murders, and they usually stereotype surrounded by the stereotype that, oh, Muslims are bombing the U.S., therefore they're all bad. When in reality, that select few might not even be Muslim. It's just a label. And so the children grow up, and then they go to war saying they deserve this, they treated us badly, we're gonna fight to be treated fairly, when in reality that wasn't true. So media can help instead of stereotyping and all the bad things that are going on. I have yet to find a news channel that has good things going on about 60% of the time. So I think the media.
Hi, I wanted to say it's a great idea to have the news present more than what they do, which is a lot of sensationalism. And yes, I've been teaching at community college outside Los Angeles for a number of years, and people have no idea what goes on in the world. They don't study geography in high school anymore. When I discovered this 3 years ago when I was doing a sabbatical, I was shocked. And I asked my kids, I mean, 18 to 35, you don't know geography? No. Not only do they not know what's happening in the world, they don't know the names of the states in the United States, which is, very, very bizarre. And the media here too is very sensationalistic, and to go past that, what are those horrible TV shows called soap operas? They are offensively, terribly lacking in aesthetics, in presentation, in everything. And the one website I found, and I love reading it, is thebеттerindia.com. Please get it. They send out stories every day, and it breaks all boundaries of community, culture, class, everything, to bring us amazing stories. And that is happening every single